What if the most terrifying serial killer in history wasn't a man? What if she was a countess living in a castle protected by power, wealth, and nobility? They called her Elizabeth Báthory, the Blood Countess. Some say she murdered over 600 young girls. Others say the truth is even darker. Stay until the end, because this story blurs the line between monster and myth. Elizabeth Báthory was born in 1560 into one of the most powerful noble families in Hungary. Her relatives were war heroes, royalty, and rulers. From a young age, Elizabeth was highly educated, but she was also surrounded by violence. Public executions were common entertainment. Servants were beaten without consequence, and cruelty was just normal. At only 15 years old, Elizabeth married Count Ferenc Nadasdy, a fearsome warrior known as the Black Knight of Hungary. While her husband was away fighting wars, Elizabeth was left in charge of their vast estates and castles. And that's when the whispers began. Servant girls started to disappear. Peasant families searched for their daughters, but they never found them. According to testimony given years later, Elizabeth would beat, burn, stab, and mutilate young girls. The accounts are horrifying. Some were said to have been frozen naked outside in the dead of winter. Others were allegedly stabbed with needles or covered in honey and left for insects to attack. The most infamous legend claims that Elizabeth believed bathing in the blood of virgins would preserve her youthful beauty. Was it an obsession with vanity? Was it pure madness? Or was it simply sadism? As the local peasant girls vanished, Elizabeth allegedly began targeting the daughters of lower-ranking nobles. This move finally raised alarm across Hungary. The official number of victims was recorded as 80. Unofficially, the number is believed to be over 600. In 1610, the King of Hungary had enough and ordered an investigation. The authorities raided Elizabeth's castle. Inside, they found bodies. They discovered dying and tortured girls. Hundreds of witnesses came forward to testify, describing unimaginable horrors. But Elizabeth Báthory was a noblewoman, too powerful to be publicly tried and executed. Instead, she was sentenced to a different kind of punishment. She was sealed inside her own castle, bricked into a small set of rooms with only a narrow slit left for food and water to be passed through. She lived like that for 4 years, alone, in darkness, surrounded by silence. She died in that stone prison in 1614. But here's the twist. Some modern historians believe Elizabeth was framed. They argue she was targeted by political enemies who coveted her immense wealth and land. Much of the evidence and testimony against her was obtained from her servants, who were under torture at the time. So, what was she? History's most sadistic female killer, or the victim of a brutal conspiracy designed to tear her down? The truth may never fully be known. If this story sent chills down your spine, hit that like button. It helps this channel more than you think. Subscribe for more dark history and unsolved mysteries. And let me know in the comments. Do you believe Elizabeth Báthory was guilty? Or was she framed? Because some legends are written in blood.